Organic means to us working with nature and not fighting an uphill battle against it, really. Just generally working more in harmony with nature and not trying to fight her every step of the way. The lack of use of artificial chemicals, so obviously don't use any pesticides or insecticides or herbicides, no artificial nitrogen products, and an ethos of working to reduce the use of antibiotics, anything like that in the dairy cows and young stock. Preventative rather than curative. So there's two certification bodies, OF&G, Organic Farmers and Growers, and Soil Association, and they assess us based on DEFRA criteria for organic rules. Once a year we get a full inspection and then risk managed inspections in between to check in the broadest terms and the details that we're following the rules and doing everything we should to keep our organic status. Usually about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, and it's an office-based inspection to start off with, mass calculations of feedstuffs we've used, invoices, certificates of bought-in products, and also an outside inspection and a general look at everything we're doing, just to check that we are doing what we say we're doing. Basically, they're feedstuffs. We're not using any conventional product. Everything is organic feed, so that means in the production of it, no chemicals are used. Eat grass and stay in the shed all summer. I, as a student, worked at Prince Charles's organic farm in Tetbury, and I could see it was a challenge. We were a conventional farm that father had managed for 50 odd years, 40 odd years. And I came from university and wanted a new challenge. So I decided going organic was the way to go. I just wanted a challenge. I wanted to, instead of trying to fight nature all the time, just work with her and just try and be a little bit more friendly towards the environment. That's a bit of a difficult one because I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't drink it. You never thought you'd find a dairy farm that was lactose intolerant, did you? But obviously it tastes better. I mean, why wouldn't it? Yes, there are massive benefits in organic. I feel it's a happier, more healthy environment to work in. Everything's much less stressed. The cows are happier. We're happier. It's just a different ethos. It's a more relaxed approach to life. Yeah, we can use antibiotics. We're restricted into not using, as everybody is now, to be fair, actually, into using the third generation antibiotics without prior testing. We can use antibiotics under welfare grounds, but we would do everything we can to avoid using antibiotics in the first place. Prevention is much better than cure. Homeopathic remedies, the simple things like udamint instead of a mastitis tube. So a mastitis tube to us is a last resort. Yes, we have antibiotics on farm. I have a medicine cabinet I'm going to, but they're a single last resort. They're not used prophylactically. We have longer withdrawal periods to make sure that there is no contamination in the milk. But I think it's important that we keep that for an animal welfare situation open to us, but treat it as a last resort and not a first easy solution. And we've spent a lot of money on the farm investing in technology and systems to prevent widespread use of antibiotics. I think organic has a whole farm approach. The arable side of our farm is all integrated into the cow side, and the cow side is integrated into the arable side. There is no single enterprise, it is all one big unit. And I think that as organic provides a much better basis for healthy soils and a healthy climate. We have rotational lays, herbal lays, all promoting wildlife. Just for the simple flowering of clover you can see in the field behind us, for the pollinators, it's just a whole more friendly way of farming. So we have a stewardship scheme, an environmental stewardship scheme that covers now about 110 acres of the farm out of the 1100 we farm, so over 10% of the farm is in stewardship. And that's comprised of wildflower margins, beetle banks, wild bird seed mixes for feeding the wild birds in the winter. So we designate areas of the farm specifically for wildlife so they can thrive around our system, as well as integrating them into the farming system. Naturally, organic crops are thinner, so skylarks can thrive within them. We're not passing with crop sprayers, so we don't kill them off. Simple things like that all just provide a much better system. Red Tractor is a set of standards that mean we all produce milk to the same quality. It accounts for all the different production systems out there. It's a general set of standards, not specific to organic. Hence we have the organic standards, but it just means that we're all producing to the same standards and making sure we're all recording the right data and producing milk in a welfare, hygienic, friendly way. It covers the whole farm. We have Red Tractor assurance for dairy, Red Tractor assurance for our grain, and the beef animals that we produce. It's just a way of making sure that every producer is working to a set of standards so that the consumer can be sure what they're buying is the right thing to be buying. By the little red tractor on the packet.